All right. So, first of all, let's say hello to the people that are watching the VODs on YouTube. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. And now that we have our role, Taurin, would you mind telling us what happened last time?
Oh no, I'm that kid in class. Yeah, I remember. I got this.
Yes.
You got this.
I'm so sorry, Taurin.
Dishonor wrote notes in the chat too if you need a little refresher. But
honestly,
just do what you can.
It's okay. It only
memory?
remotely had to do with Galarian,
Yeah.
therefore it's not important.
Damn.
Hey.
Damn.
The shade. Jeez.
Someone is jealous they don't have an elven man.
Another elbow
Dude,
was bottom.
Ambrose wouldn't know how to react to a relationship.
The only relationship he knows is with the blade.
With the
Am I
blade.
right, fellows?
While everybody else was doing everything, he was studying the blade.
Exactly.
Oh my. Let's see.
All right. You got
Okay.
the score.
So I remember that okay, so everybody was we were all getting ready to leave the city. So that we did. And
Yep.
then we were just, trekking along, going to this we came to a forest and there was distress in the air. There's shouting and things going on because there's like these big stone creatures attacking some strangers in the woods basically. So our team try to sneak around and try to see if they can get more, try to see what's going on, what's happening. And negotiations went sour, unfortunately. We couldn't persuade the
I
monsters
tried.
to stop. Yeah, that's right. That's what happened.
Yeah,
That was
Ambrose is only good at his sword, nothing else.
Right. Attempted. Hey, that's all right. So, then we ended up getting into a fight with the creatures, and the creatures unfortunately murked the surviving elves and humans, if I remember right. I can't remember what they were.
Yeah, that one lady was just too dumb to live.
There was
I apologize.
what seemed to be a human and a halfling.
A human and a halfling. Okay. So we don't know much more than that. But they didn't make it, and all the monsters were extinguished as well. And then we were gonna loot the bodies. However, session ended, and that's all I remember.
Correct.
Loot that body. Loot that body.
Exactly.
Correct. That is, that's pretty much what happened. You guys went shopping and did some few things. Then you guys exited town, saying your goodbyes to the people around town. And then, you decided to start traveling in your road to the dwarven city of Galvithir. Now, you encountered this distress, and obviously we can see how it ended. And you guys find yourselves already back into the quietness of the forest. Around you, you see what is a campsite that has been, not destroyed, but obviously there's been some struggle around things. Some things are broken, some others are just, tossed around. Obviously, the corpse of the halfling that is, in this case, next to Kipper, is from what you can see, Kipper, the halfling has a lot of claw marks all over his body, and obviously he is already gone. He is not responsive, and obviously doesn't take an expert to understand that the halfling had died probably before the encounter. And as you guys have finished the stone creature that crumbles down into large boulders, you see the corpse of, now, inspecting it a little bit more, you see it's a human woman. She got very, very badly injured by the stone creature, and unfortunately did not survive. There.
Got the Hulk smash treatment.
Oh yeah.
Gotta call her Gumby Head now.
Oh, so what are you guys doing with what you're going to? What are you going to do? That's what I'm trying to say.
All good. Well, if you don't mind, Taurin would like to inspect maybe their packs or something to see if they're like scholars or maybe they're just adventurers or something. Or
You
maybe
mean
find a notebook or something?
Okay.
Why they were there?
Yeah, if you look around in the campsite area, I'm not gonna make you roll for this. There's nothing really hidden or anything. They were just kind of there. If you look around the campsite area, you can find simple items for exploration and hunting, especially. You can see that, as a matter of fact, in the campsite, they had a small rope with some small game tied to it, rabbits and other animals that would be consumed. Obviously, you find this game tossed around as if it was, left behind in the chaos of the attack. But other than that, you find your basic necessities, bed rolls, water pitchers, all of that.
Okay.
That is in the campsite, per se. If anybody wants to inspect the now corpses, I would have you find some other.
Okay, let's see. If I could roll an inspection roll.
You can roll me an
Or-
investigation check if you want to.
Oh, do I not have to?
If you want, not really. As I said,
Okay,
I
then
will
I
just
won't.
tell you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and bad things will just happen if I do.
All right. So, Kipper, as I said, you lean down, inspecting the halfling man. This was an older halfling, gray hairs. Again, simple clothing. Totally looks like a normal, person you would see in any sort of village. Besides whatever you may find in his person, you do find a knife, which is a dagger pretty much. You do find a dagger, and behind him there is a quiver with some arrows. The bow is nowhere to be found, so potentially lost it during battle, or who knows what happened.
It's that twig that snapped in half over there.
Probably. In his person, you also find a small coin purse with 20 silver pieces.
Okay. In that case, so 100 silver pieces adds up to 1 gold piece? Is that how that works?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And how much silver pieces was from that pack?
20.
Okay, 20.
So forth.
Okay. Understood. Kipper's going to just close his eyes, brushing his hand over his face, and take his dagger and his quiver and just rest them on his chest out of respect.
Yeah, kind of hard to ignore the large lacerations that are, the wounds that he has suffered. But, yeah, you at least put him in a sort of more burial-like position to honor his passing.
Let's see. Would you like to... let's see. I'll let you guys go. I'm sorry, I'm just mumbling.
Yeah, would you guys like to inspect the lady? I cannot speak, man. I don't know why.
I think my first instinct would be to inspect the golem-like creature.
Honestly, I will be staying quite next to the golem. I'll glance at the body of the woman, but I'll be staring at the golem for most of the time that we are investigating the surroundings.
The body of the woman does not look good. She has been slammed against the ground.
Gumby head.
Crinkle crackle.
And Rexmoa, I want you to give me a nature check, please.
I think that I forget if I'm actually good at that. I can't remember if I've ever had to do a nature check before.
I
Let's
don't
see.
think
I
so.
don't know if any of us have done a nature check.
I'm pretty sure I've given nature checks to the druid though.
It's intelligence based.
Oh,
you're good
okay,
at it.
let's go. Okay.
Nice.
Rexmoa, you have
One with
seen
nature.
these creatures before. Both of them, as a matter of fact, the smaller ones and the larger ones. This is a stone elemental, a smaller one. However, it's quite odd for you to think that a stone elemental would be attacking humans. Stone elementals are usually very passive creatures, only attack if provoked, and sometimes not even that. They're very strong bodies and like incredible constitution would just shrug off most of whatever he's thrown at. However, this one seemed quite angry, and well, you saw the result. As for the smaller ones, it is another type of elemental. It's called the Mephit. These are smaller, kind of imp-like elementals. They usually bond with an aspect of nature and use it for their advantage, or to hunt some prey. In this case, these ones were mud. They use mud and congeal it into this very thick tar-like substance. Use it for attacks or to hunt prey. Again, a creature that is... These ones are a little bit more, I guess, hostile, but only in groups. But again, it is not unless they're provoked. So it's very rare that you have witnessed methods and an elemental attacking someone.
Yeah, I think I put my bloodied hands on the body of this elemental as I walk around and to examine the fate of the woman involved in this conflict as well. Ooh, what did she have to say?
Well, the lady, she is, well, as I said, there is a small crater in the ground where she was slammed against. Her upper half is, lodged almost into the ground. Lower half is out. You can see again, simple clothing, nothing fancy at all. No jewelry, nothing distinctive. This person was also carrying a dagger. It has been dropped, as you can find it like around the area, because she was actually
Someone
attacking.
tried to stab the earth elemental like a big dummy.
Correct, because
And then look what happened.
She tried to stab the earth element. She was also carrying a dagger, and this one, however, had a coin purse with 5 silver pieces and a folded paper in one of the pockets.
Yeah, I'll do a similar gesture to what Kipper did, and I fold her arms across her body and leave her with her dagger as well. I'm gonna leave the coin purse. I would feel bad for taking it, but I will, upon noticing the note, read its contents.
As you open the note, you can see, to probably everybody's not surprised, but what you didn't want to see in a note like that, a childlike drawing of a woman and her child in a forest. The woman has a hair painted in a similar color to seeing.
Yeah. I look up from the note and I tell everybody that I think there might be a third member of this camp. And I'll start making my way towards the middle to meet up with everyone. Yeah, actually, yeah, while I'm here, I will inspect the tent as well to see if there's any indications of like this potential child who may or may not be with these people, or maybe they're back home.
Without making any rolls, I can assure you there's only 2 bedrolls.
Okay. Well, this is unfortunate. And you said they were an elf, right?
No, the lady is a human.
The lady's a human, okay. Rexmoa just kind of looks downtrodden at this. Not exactly like in despair, but he's certainly not as chipper as he was this morning.
I don't understand. Why didn't she just get out of the way?
She sighs from her jar. If only I was free, perhaps I could have helped. Lighting her jar flickers a little before calming down.
Fear does terrible things to the mind, lad. When you're cornered, you either fight or you run. And she simply chose to fight.
I know it's hard to think of more to talk about in a despair situation like this.
Yeah.
Didn't the creatures say that they did something and that's what caused them to be angry?
I
Or
mean,
did I mishear?
yes, but can you speak primordial? I'm pretty sure only Ambrose and Kipper could.
I didn't know if they relayed that to us.
Oh,
I was just asking.
So should one of the two of us relay that to you guys? Probably.
I mean, hey, if you want to do it, that's all good.
The only thing I relayed was that I am trying to mediate, but obviously that didn't work out. I'm mostly silent, continuing to stare at the Earth Elemental rather than speaking or reconvening with the party.
Well,
I guess I'm gonna just converse. Does this strike you as odd? I don't know. I haven't really experienced elementals before, but I've never heard of them doing something like this. And I don't know if I heard this right, but I think I heard them say something about these people taking the life of one of their friends. Do you know more about elementals, Rexmoa?
I know enough that they're not the type of creature to attack unless provoked. So I'm not sure what these two might have done, but obviously it was enough to earn their ire.
I think we're all just gonna slowly go over to the
It is
pop over.
It is definitely an oddity for you, Rexmoa, that you know about this, and for Taurin, since you are a druid, you get this information for free as well. It is a big oddity that an elemental as peaceful as a stone elemental would attack, as I said before. Methods, yeah, sure. Methods are a little bit less peaceful. However, this is not a giant group of methods, and they were clearly with the element. so there was something wrong that happened. Whatever happened, however, it's unfortunately buried with the corpses of these elementals that fell, as well as the humanoids with them. Also, Rexmoa, yeah, you can easily just remove the tarp and just turn them into a makeshift wrappings for the body, and just set them down and respectful.
In the end, none of them won anything. They reacted in revenge, and in response to her companion passing away, she acted in revenge as well, and I guess it just doesn't work out in the end. Are you okay, Ambrose?
Let's go over it. I've been kind of watching Rexmoa like cover the two bodies, and I was saying, you are admirable, Kipper. You have chosen your life to be spent on healing, fixing things, righting wrongs. All I know is this sword. And I look at the elemental before me. My words are meaningless. I don't have the same strength you do in fixing things and healing things. Some people are the same. I just wanted to end things peacefully. It is an assumption, but if I had to wager a guess, I imagine the people here trespassed. Maybe they tore bark off a tree. I think it was likely a misunderstanding.
I don't know if elementals would react this way if it were just a misunderstanding. But I also want you to know, I don't know, I think that you're much more selfless than you realize. Like, what is the purpose of a sword? At least in the way that you wield it, you always throw yourself on the front line trying to protect us. If I was only there to heal and then there was no one to defend, that would serve no purpose. And you've needed a lot of healing, but that's usually because you've thrown yourself in front of one of us in danger. So I think if anyone here was admirable, I would point to you personally. That is true, yeah. Getting bonked with all of this stuff.
I won't deny that I try to use the sword for others. It is what my mentor did. The entire reason why I took up the sword was for that very purpose. But isn't the entire thing that's going on with the elves also a misunderstanding? An assumption that the dwarves, the humans, that they're all going to war with each other. And so they prepare for the same thing.
You're right.
It's a difference in culture, I think, that caused this. Of course, maybe the humans did something. Maybe the elementals scared them. Who knows?
Well,
Fortunately, there's no one left to tell the tale.
I don't know if there's anything left for us to do here except to move on and not repeat their mistakes.
Yeah, I just want to check in with Taurin real quick.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll ask, like, are you okay? Have you made it out of the battle unscathed?
Well, I'm fine. It's just all this death is kind of, unsettling. It could have been avoided, I think. But, who knows at this point?
Yeah. Seems like we can't even go a few days without running into some creature trying to kill some merchant or some bandit trying to rob someone else.
Indeed. Well, we're not going to get any answers probably standing around here, maybe. I mean, maybe there's something further up the road that might help us fill in the gaps?
Yeah, that's true enough. I think the best we can do is lay all those involved to rest and continue on our journey.
That's all we can do. Yeah, that'd be best.
Yeah, and I tap Cheese bottle.
As for Jory, since we said last session that you just kind of ran off, you can say that you joined them at any point. That will be up to you.
I feel like it would be really awkward if I walked in now, so maybe a little later.
Yeah, you can
Why
find
not
them in
wait
the
until
room.
we leave the camp.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Hey guys, how's it? Oh
Oh, no.
no.
How's it going, guys? Oh no, you killed more people.
Oh.
He just gives a glare to Ambrose, like, you did this, didn't you?
Just
I know
like
you
that
did.
sitcom laughter reel.
She lets out a startled chirp, but then you see her bottle let out a steady, warm, glowy light. Yes. So
Taurin would just be really uneased. So she'd kind of want to be like kind of hurrying along.
yeah, you guys know that you were on your way. You deviated from the path just because you heard the commotion. And now that you saw what happened, and I'm pretty sure at this point there is no more business for you in this place. It is, after all, a somber sight. Would you guys want to continue with your traveling?
I'll say one more thing to Kipper before we go.
Mhm.
Kind of finishing off the conversation. A part of me, I want to say a prayer to Vithius, but I almost feel like it isn't right. I don't know if that makes sense.
I don't think it would be wrong to do such a thing. You came to the situation trying to do the right thing, and neither party could agree to something like that. So I would say that if Vithius would be happy with anyone in the situation, it probably would be most likely you.
No,
It's-
I don't. That's why I want to give a prayer, but I don't think it's right because it's me. Well, the orphanage that I lived in when I was young was dedicated to the human gods. I've never prayed to the Titans before, because I was, and well, still am, worried that someone born to humans and learned human ideals, if it would be okay. I worry that it would be offensive, I guess.
I can understand where your thoughts come from, but I just want to assure you that I think they would definitely be accepting of you. And the way that you were risen? Grown? Oh my goodness, I forgot how words work.
Raised.
The way that you were risen, you know, like from the ocean depths. The way that you were raised, that's not something that yes.
I'm sorry, I'm making this voice.
That is a type of lizard.
Arise.
Okay. You couldn't have chosen the way that you were raised, and I do think that the Titans tend to look over stuff like that. And regardless of whether you knew how to pray to them, I feel like it's almost more that raw emotion or that want or need. There isn't a specific way to do it. I think it's just connected to yourself. But whatever you decide, I think will be best for you.
I'll look over the corpses one more time and flicker between them, and I will simply start walking towards the group.
Yeah. Well, I think we've done all we could here. And I guess we can just go back the way we came to get back to the road.
Yeah, no, easy enough. That's what I was asking. If you guys are going to move to the road, let me another back
on the road again.
On the road again.
It's pretty.
Indeed. So you guys move back into the road. You've already been walking in this path along. It's one of the main roads leading you towards the eastern side of the world. The travel distance between the Elven Kingdom and the Dwarven Kingdom is not too far away. And you guys were keeping a steady pace as you made it out of the Elven Kingdom. You had already spent a day traveling, and this was morning of the next day once you heard the commotion. As you continue, slowly, evening starts to set. The cold is now more apparent. You guys are clearly in this transition period between, towards winter, I should say. Evenings start to get more windy and cold. You can see some of the plants and vegetation around. Also, knowing this, they're starting to change as the climate decreases in temperature. Slowly but surely, the group makes its way into a small town that you guys can see at the end of the road. you guys feeling happy now that you are not gonna have to spend the night in any sort of, tent outside. And you may be able to get yourself some nice food or, just some entertainment after what just happened in this day. Jory, if you want to join them at the road.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just dying because I was choking on water.
Oh god. Okay, be careful.
Jory can't swim.
Yes. But yeah, you're able to join them in the road. Eventually, you just kind of find them at the road. You're known to not go through main roads, so you would have taken the more scenic route.
Yeah.
I like to imagine as we're traveling, we just keep on seeing Jory like behind the bushes.
I mean, that's probably where he appeared from.
Poke it out. What's up? Bite.
Yeah. Like
I'm just
any time a
imagining-
caravan passed us, gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just imagining he like emerges from like a bunch of bushes being like chased by a bear or something.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Then he sees you and he's like, "Hey guys," or like gives you a look that signifies, "Hey guys."
Mhm.
But I just like come out of nowhere and just sort of, stand there and acknowledging you guys.
Yeah. You are walking in the main road, and eventually you would go through a bridge it's a small stone bridge that goes over a stream of water, very small river. And as you go through this bridge, everybody feels an odd sensation. It's some sort of a small pressure as you cross the threshold of this river into this town. And I want Taurin and Kipper to give me both an Arcana check, since you are the spellcasters of the group.
Okay.
Arcana.
Okay?
Arcana me this, Arcana man.
What do we see? What do we smell?
Normal or advantage?
Normal roll, my friend. Okay, wow,
Oh my
you
goodness,
guys are
DC.
you guys
Good rolls.
feel the arcane. Indeed, as you pass through this threshold, you feel this sort of not pressure, but there is something that you guys have crossed. And Taurin and Kipper, both of you are familiar with this sort of feeling. You recognize the arcane magic in its pure, raw state. An uncontrollable force known as wild magic.
Ooh.
And as such, because it's uncontrollable, you know that wild magic can have good benefits or bad benefits. It is, however, random, since it's just
Chaotic, neutral.
pure magic. It is odd for both of you that have already had known about the wild magic. It is very odd to feel the presence of wild magic. Normally, wild magic presents itself in perhaps an apprentice wizard that does not know how to control spells, or somebody casting a very complicated spell that was out of their expertise. However,
Taurin.
this time,
Oh, sorry.
oh, don't worry. However, this time it's strong and amplified.
Taurin, did you feel that just now?
Yeah, made my first stand on end.
It's what we think it is, right? Like, you felt this before?
Magic. The raw kind. It's been a while.
I was about to make a really bad joke there, but I stopped myself. Well, we felt it as soon as we crossed underneath this bridge. Does that mean it has a radius of effect?
Has to be. It's very strong, whatever it is. We need to find out what it's for and why and maybe who cast it.
I have a feeling that if this is a radius, that the center of it is at the village. And that's most likely where whatever this is. Oh, this is like we're just talking out loud.
We're in
Okay.
the public space, so everyone can hear us.
Oh, and I should mention, everybody felt this sensation, but none of you pinpointed it was wild magic. That's why I asked the spellcasters to roll.
Mhm.
I thought it was just my. I usually call it my little lizard sense. Sometimes I feel it when entering a ruin, and I know that nothing good is up ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's another reason why you hate wizards.
Ugh. All magic is wild magic to me.
Oh. Not all of it's bad, though.
You
I don't
just have
disagree.
the magic of kicking people in the head and
I
Well,
understand Rexmoa's stance. Magic can have dire consequences.
and great benefits. So, we should probably tread a little safely to this village. We're just not sure whoever cast this, so best to be on
Just-
our guard.
regardless of who casted it, it doesn't have the tendency to follow the orders whoever did. So there is a potential that we're going to need to give aid to some people in this town, depending on its effects.
Mm-hmm. Let's go ask some questions then, shall we?
Please just let there be living people in this town.
Yes, please.
Yes. How about before we go poking around and earning ourselves a reputation, we maybe find a bite to eat?
Hungry already?
But what if, like, the spell, like, turns food into alive frogs, or, turns your stomach into, a rock? I don't know. Things bad for eating?
Well, then it'll be a particularly memorable meal.
Oh.
Oh, no. This is what makes me worry about you, old man.
Maybe I'll cast some good berries for good measure, just in case.
That's not a bad idea. Oh, let me read what
Like,
she
that's
said.
the center of this thing, and then, like,
Hmm.
our bones are going to be replaced with pasta or something.
She continues, well, magic is just as it is wild. So be on the lookout, but don't actively try to look up for trouble. I would advise.
What?
Okay.
Hey, leave that poor spirit alone. Okay, so yeah, what kind of structures do we see as we get closer and closer to the village?
Oh, if you guys are
And
continuing,
is it bustling? Mm-hmm.
no, it's a small-ish village. You can see. Let me put you guys in another Another. There we go. That's a pretty
Get
sight.
some goggles. Zoom in.
You can see it's a small-ish village. Few houses, guard towers, as you're seeing. A simple wall put up. Nothing super militarized. However, there are still guards around. You can see people with uniforms, and the usual things that you may see in a village.
Do we recognize the uniforms from far away?
I will say that the uniforms are human-like. It has some similarities to the uniforms from Mistbell, and you can see that most of the people in there, as you're approaching, are humans.
Ew, humans. No, I'm teasing.
But yeah, town looks all right. It's not like a huge town. There's a lot of people walking about, doing their own things. It's got life in it.
Do we all see this, or was this a specific
Nope.
check?
Everybody sees this. You guys are approaching through the main road of the town.
Is there anyone like on guard at like a gate or checkpoint-esque area as we enter the village?
You can see the people posted up in the guard towers.
Yeah. Okay. Would I be able to talk to them? You said they're in a tower, right? I guess
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
they're by the entrance. So yeah, totally.
Hello.
Very good.
Dishonor. Ambrose's voice changed very drastically for that one.
Yeah. I think I'll wait to talk to one of the guards until I can like actually be like pretty face to face with them, I suppose.
Oh, well, I mean, like I said, they're just like looking about, and once you approach the town, they'll just kind of give you a nod.
I nod back.
All right, and you see,
Waves.
yeah, you just see people doing their own things, like carrying, stuff like wood, firewoods, or taking some water from wells, or it's all a normal looking village.
Kipper's gonna stop in front of one of the guards and just be like, when do these pots? Do you have a pub here?
Sorry, you cut out pretty badly.
Oh, dang nabbit. Maybe I was too close to the mic. We're new to these parts. Do you have a pub around here?
The guard. Oh, by the way, as you approach the guards, you can see they're not like super heavily armored. These guys have like leather kind of chainmail armors. They're more on the not militarized guard.
Yeah, they're like voluntary town guards.
Not really. You can see there's a proper guard in this town. Like there is a position of guard in here, because you can see other people dressed like this, but they're not like war prepared guards, or
Armor costs money.
yeah, exactly. Armor is very expensive, and they're
That's
still
okay,
armored.
as long as they have a pub.
And
My God, a half plate is like expensive.
Oh yeah. And as you approach, he does say, "Aye, that I can see. We get few travelers as the winter comes, but you're all welcome. Yes, of course. We do have a pub," and he kind of signals to one of the buildings around town, one of the buildings with a chimney that is smoking. He says, "Right there. If you need any sort of food or a bed to lay on, more than welcome to stay. Just stay out of trouble."
After Kipper is done talking to the guard, I will approach him as well. And I ask, has anyone, more specifically perhaps a human woman, might have left from here on an expedition of some kind?
From here? A human woman? Well, I can't tell you for certain. I would have to check with the other guards. As for what kind of expedition are you talking about?
I produced the drawing that I picked up off the poor deceased woman who got attacked by the earth elemental, and I unfold it and I present the drawing to the guard, and I will explain. You see, we ran into a camp before we came here, and there were 2 people there being attacked by elementals, and unfortunately we couldn't save them. So I was just wondering if perhaps anyone with a child might have came from this village.
Elementals. Were those things not bothering anybody?
Well, they seem to have been bothered, to say the least. I don't want to get into the dirty details, but we don't know why, but they seem to have attacked the camp outside of here, and then we happened to arrive and had to deal with the situation accordingly, fortunately.
Well, I will do what I can to search and see. Perhaps there were hunters from this village. I'm not sure. But I will ask the guard if anything like that comes up.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. That's all I could ever ask for. Yeah, and then we can start making our way towards the pub tavern-esque area.
The building that has been pointed out to us.
It is, as I mentioned, it is one of the larger buildings in town. They're all pretty, they're all pretty okay. You can see it's a thriving village. Farmers, not many fishermen, because the rivers that they get around this area are very small. But, however, you can see people like attempting to fish, or some fishing equipment here and there, just for whatever catch. Maybe some different meals. Lots of cattle around, and crops at one side.
I should mention that Jory is just acting very nervously, just feels very self-conscious. He's not used to being in settings like these, and he kind of, I don't know, he just feels like everybody's looking at him and judging him. So he's just kind of twitching and keeping to himself.
I feel like we need to get a cloak for Jury.
Why doesn't he have one?
Nuggy.
Or is he wearing just a raggy tunic or something?
Nah, he wears a tent.
He's just wearing rags in his human form, yeah.
Can always distract him with a snack.
I mean, unless we want to say the elves gave him a little nicer clothing.
I would have, yes. I mean, honestly, yes, you would have been given some nicer clothing because you were dressed in rags, and obviously they had to try and heal you from when you were attacked in the elves. So yes, you would be wearing nicer clothes. At this point, because of your traveling off-road, they would be a little bit dirty and, not well kept, but they still look okay.
Right. Okay.
At least you might be anxious, but at least you're anxious and fashionable.
Correct.
Versace, Balenciaga.
My life might be messed up, but I'm staying dressed up.
Yes, sir.
Who needs a good life when you got fashion?
Hell yeah.
Taurin could always lean and go, "Don't worry, you look fine." Who knows?
It's time for pub.
Yeah,
It's time to pub.
So you guys are
Go ask
just
some of them dudes.
so you guys are just going straight into the pub.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I check in with Jory and see if he looks like he's going to be entering with us.
Oh, so you guys are all heading in?
Yes.
He, since he was just like, in some buildings, he's feeling a little brave to try and go inside. So he just follows you guys in, but he is immediately just looking very distraught by all the noises going on, and they're just flinching at every loud bang.
Yeah, if you guys are entering the pub, then you would enter. You would see, the usual tables, chairs, the bar with a lot of bottles behind it.
Where'd they get that shark from?
Don't worry about it. A large fireplace in the area, just keeping the place nice and warm. There's a couple of people around there, potentially farmers that just finished their work, or somebody who just wants to enjoy a drink or some food. There's a couple of barkeeps, one of them keeping busy with the food, and another one, it's just a younger one that is with serving the drinks.
Well, I'll walk up to the person who seems to be running the bar, or taking orders for the kitchen.
Okay. Yeah, the person that's running the bar is, as I said, a younger human. He is cleaning up some mugs, and he goes, what can I get to you, my friend? You're not from around here, right? I've hardly see people like you.
Yes. I can't imagine many archaeologists go around this place. And I ask what's on the menu.
I was talking about the scales, but sure. Yeah, we can get you ale, wine, water, food. What do you fancy?
So I produce from underneath of my robe. I took the small game from the camp with me.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I ask well, can you make something out of this? And I just I'll just plop the dead rabbits and other creatures on the counter.
They're mostly we'll say they're mostly wild rabbits. There's 3 of them. So as you plop down the carcasses in the bar, you could the man just kind of jumps a little, and he laughs a little nervously. He goes, okay, sure, can we do something with that? He just turns to the other man, an older man that is working in the kitchen. It's not a kitchen, it's kind of it's the same thing, it's just open to everybody to see. It's kitchen bar combined. He turns around, you see the man is a little older, a few scars, the clear tales of somebody who has worked most of their lives. And he looks at the rabbit, picks up the rope that the rabbits are hanging on, and he goes, all right. He takes the rabbit and says, I can work with that, sure. Just don't forget to charge them. And the younger man goes, right, sure, yes, yeah, of course, we can do that. Just please take a seat. If you guys need anything to drink, are you thirsty, perhaps?
I point to Ambrose. I'm like, he needs beer, and then I point to me. I'm like, I also need beer.
Of course, beer's coming up. Sure. Anybody else?
I'll just take a water.
One water. Right. He looks.
I look at Rexmoa with a judgmental stare.
He looks at Jory and Taurin, expecting, and Ambrose, Well, not really, Ambrose. You've already been ordered for. So Jorian, Taurin, kind of asking, hey, what do you guys want?
You have any juice?
I could probably squeeze you some oranges, maybe.
Awesome. Then she'll turn to Yori. You drink?
Or
no?
Last time.
So Jory doesn't even know what a beer is or anything. All he knows is that he felt really good with the last thing that he drank at an inn. So he's just kind of confused and he just kind of nods at you confusedly.
Okay.
Do you want a water? That'll be the next question.
You seem to enjoy wine when we were at the last bar.
He looks at Ambrose and he kind of perks up a bit and does a bit of a more excited sure nod. Because he didn't know what it was called, but now that you said it, he's like, yeah, I want some more of that.
The barkeep nods and goes, all right, so beer, water, juice, wine. Did I get it right? He's pointing at each one of you guys with your orders.
Sounds right. Unless
Beer.
she wants something.
Oh, are you waiting for somebody?
No,
Pull
that
out
was,
Chi.
Holds
that
up
was
cheese slowly.
a joke, I guess. Don't worry, yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You don't have to laugh at that.
Oh, but I thought it was a joke.
Underneath
but if
Taurin's cloak.
If it's not funny, you don't have to laugh. Don't worry.
All right, you guys can take a seat and I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it.
I'm so sorry.
And
I say under my breath.
he doesn't lead you to any seats, but you can tell there's a few tables open, so you guys can take your own table. And she says
maybe I
nothing for
missed
me.
it, but was it busy at all in here, or was there anyone?
There's a few
Well, a couple
people.
customers.
It's not super busy. It's about half full, I would say.
Okay.
Jory's definitely trying his hardest to stay in that environment, but as you guys go sit down, you can see he's very visibly shaking and just flinching and everything. But he's trying his best to mask it, I guess.
Where is Cheese Jar at the moment? Is it openly showing?
Taurin had she last. So I imagine probably still has it.
Yep, Taurin does have it.
Oops, we left Taurin at the camp
Oh
next to all of the dead people.
no! Oh no! So yeah, Taurin, where would you have Chi? Well, you have a belt thing, so is she gonna be visible, on the front, or is she more hidden on the side or on the back?
The front on my left hip.
Okay.
That's where I was imagining her to be.
So yeah, she is fairly visible then.
Giant dino sneezes.
Giant dinos, this is indeed. So you guys take the seat, and a few seconds later, the man comes back with a tray with your drinks. He sets them off in front of all of you, and he goes, "Well, you are a very colorful party. What brings you to a lovely town?"
Well, we are currently on, I guess you could say, a diplomatic mission to the Dwarven Kingdom. We were just recently at the Elven Kingdom, and it just seemed like tensions between the two were ramping up, which you probably know. You're a human settlement nestled between the two kingdoms. That must be pretty intense.
At your words, Kipper, he laughs. He goes, "Oh yeah, oh man, another joke. I presume diplomacy with the dwarves." Yeah, you're right. Very funny. You got me that one.
Oh. Thank you. I'm quite the comedian, I guess.
Yeah. I can tell. Are you a bard of any sorts? I mean, we're probably looking for somebody to play in the taverns at some point.
Do you like the sound of someone who's tone deaf? Because that's definitely me. I'm just good at talking.
Oh, yeah. No, we're not looking for those. Sorry. But
He took that too literally.
but I am intrigued, if I may ask, about that diplomacy. What are you trying to do? You don't look like your average envoy for these nations.
Yeah, we're a little younger.
Yeah, that must be it.
We're at Rexmoa. That's another.
Rexmoa, I don't think you're the one to say that. How old
I
is
mean,
Rexmoa?
technically, he's not wrong.
Rexmoa is like in his 60s, which
Oh,
is very
yeah.
old for a lizard person, but relatively young for an elf.
True. Very young
You
for an
could
elf.
be my grandparent.
Oh no.
No, this is my lizard dad.
As he says this, he
Can't
goes.
be my lizard granddad. That'd be weird. For some reason, I feel like it'd be wrong for you to kick people if you're that old.
So as he said this, he says, "Oh, I'm sorry if I'm being a little nosy. Just we don't have a lot of visitors around this town in these times of day. Winter is usually very hard for our town. We're trying to get food and stock up. But hey, I'm glad that I can serve you and I can make some coin as well. It always helps." Oh, sorry. Where are my manners? My name's Roy. You can see, as I said, he's a younger human, average height, fairly athletic. He has a few ear piercings. No scars. You can tell he's kind of like a face for the place. He is looking quite like, well kept.
Very good. Well, it's nice to meet you. My name's Kipper. I just point to everybody else.
Blam, bloom, blam, kabam.
That's a weird name.
Water's blessings, Roy. My name is Rexmoa.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Ambrose.
Taurin.
You can see he's nodding at all of your names. And he goes, "Right, well, me and my father here, we run the business of the inn. If you need anything, do let us know. We're pretty much open almost all day, except at night. Not too late."
Are we staying here as a player? I'm just.
Well, as a player, I guess we're just gonna find out depending on where the day takes us. But I do ask Roy. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I ask do you travel outside of the village very often, Roy?
Well, not that much, maybe. I don't know. To get some firewood, maybe? Sure, but no, why? What do you ask?
Well, I was just wondering. You see, I just had this strangest feeling when crossing the bridge to get here. And I was wondering, perhaps it's this old brain of mine, or maybe there could be something more.
Oh. No, I've never heard of that, honestly. But do you think somebody from the outside? I don't know. I would not be able to tell you.
That's all fine, Roy.
Right, I will go back to your food then. Just kind of walks away and just leaves you guys there. Oh, she begins to hum softly, the glow in the jar flickering here and there.
Okay.
I'll say, like, when he leaves. I wonder if anyone here knows about that. They might be used to it depending on how long that magic's just been around.
Yeah, I was about to say, I have a feeling that anyone who's been living here is probably acclimated to it.
Not to mention if... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say.
Sorry, fuck.
It's all good.
I wonder if it gives anyone here natural affinity for the arcane, just considering.
Well, I wouldn't go asking the busboy to be casting spells. Might be a little dangerous.
If he can just pass the beer over to me, that would be very helpful.
Well, at the very minimum, he seems interested in adventure, so who knows?
That is true. I completely forgot we were in this town to see what the wild magic was, but
Well,
I don't know. I just felt like we could use a pick-me-up before anything else happened.
if not that, it'll be a good resting place, rather than being out in the wilderness.
That's true.
Well, for most of us, I guess. I'll kind of like glance at Jory.
Jory, are you? Do you need a beer? You look like you need a beer.
He doesn't really acknowledge the question because he's kind of just like in his own world, focus on, what he's going through.
Ooh.
I feel like we need to give you like earbuds and a cloak, just sensory deprivation.
Need to give him a fidget spinner.
Yeah. I don't know how to cast fidget spinner, but I can. Wait, I just changed the shape of my spiritual weapon to a fidget spinner.
No.
I got these buds of listening. You can use them to listen, but also block out.
Wait, I have a rock of like. No, not a rock. I have a spell of communication. Never mind. Part of me was thinking, if I just made it communicate with a bard.
Communicate with a bard?
Like a little MP3.
Oh.
So I look over to Kipper, Taurin, and Chi, even, and I pose the question: do you think this wild magic stuff is really worth investigating? As someone who doesn't really dabble in the arcane, I mean, doesn't magic just pop up anywhere?
This is, when it comes to wild magic, it's specifically volatile. I mean, we had to pass through the town anyway, I guess, to investigate, to see its nature, to make sure it isn't incredibly volatile. I think it's just concerning because usually it wouldn't affect such a wide radius. So whatever it is, it's strong.
I'm afraid I don't really know much. All I know is I don't really like this weird feeling it gave me.
The feeling that you guys felt was only up until you crossed this threshold. Now it just feels normal. However, you did feel this like small pressure chain.
Does Sylvanas exist in this one or no? Like the whole Oak Father, everything, or no?
No.
For druids.
No.
All under like Vithius, I imagine.
Yes, correct.
I was just asking.
Correct. Everything nature related is either Ixis, water, or Vithius, earth. because they both conjoined and created what is to be life.
Which is why I mentioned Vithius earlier in character, because Vithius is nature and thus earth elementals and, you know, nature being around us. That's why I mentioned.
She lets out a small from her jar. It does make a sound point, she says to Kipper.
Well, whatever it is, it at least isn't directly affecting anyone in a visible way just yet. But I have a feeling that we will find out soon enough. But for now, we're in a pub. Enjoy yourselves. I mean, we're kind of just sitting idly until the beer comes, but...
Oh, the beer's already there. The man came
Never
by
mind.
with your beer.
Nom nom nom. I ate the beer.
Oh,
That is
Good
not
deal.
how you do that. No.
are everyone's
This is
drinks on the
the
table?
look of a
Yeah.
mentally ill person.
Oh,
He brought them a few seconds after you sat down.
okay.
Good service.
So Jory's just been sipping on his wine a little, and you can see him start to like mellow out with each sip.
I feel like everyone in the group is like fighting the urge to just pat Shori on the head.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it. Nobody's stopping you.
Pat, 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 pat.
Pat, pat,
He
pat.
immediately hits you with an axe.
Damn.
Ow. Hitting me with an axe?
No,
that's- yeah.
no. Oh, no. So, yeah, as you guys are taking your time, it's evening already. Nothing bad is happening. Everything seems fairly normal as you guys have arrived into this town. Your food comes in but several minutes later. You can see it's a rabbit stew. A very large portion for all of the rabbits.
Yum.
He does like literally have to take like all the fur off and deskin it.
Correct. It would have taken quite a bit of time.
Mhm. Saved him some money though.
Bunny.
Saving.
Okay with that?
No, it does.
I'm just asking real
This
quick.
is
Good point. I
this
mean,
is a meal.
birds eat other birds. Fish eat other fish.
This is yummy.
I will say-
Kipper's just gonna push his food over to Ambrose.
I
or
will say,
Rexmoa, whoever's hungrier.
Kipper, I don't think this would affect you because obviously from your background, you probably already had to eat rabbit. Besides,
Hold on.
you are
No,
not.
that's true. I just wanted to do it for comedic effect.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Yeah,
technically speaking, Rengon aren't actually rabbits.
Yeah, they're more
Yeah.
humanoid than anything.
Like-
So they just
Yeah.
have rabbit
Although a
features.
rabbit is technically a misnomer.
I mean, this is the truth, but also I think it's more comparable to like if you were to eat like a macaque monkey. Like it's
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I
it's
guess a very
that
specific
level.
monkey to choose. But
No, I get it. No, I understand. It's kind of
Yeah.
an odd
Yeah.
feeling.
You can eat them, but you'd feel weird.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand that.
Yeah. Funny you say
Okay.
that, she.
Well,
Okay.
in Rexmoa's case, lizard folk are all known to like eat their comrades because to lizard folk, leaving something on the ground is actually a bad thing and bad for their culture.
Yeah.
So they just
Oh.
they eat each other in order to make sure nothing is wasted.
It's like the Green Pact or whatever. in the
Uh-huh.
Elder
The
Scrolls.
boss Murray.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
That is. I can't do that one.
Yeah, for lizard folk, if you wouldn't eat your friend, that would actually be like rude.
It'd be a
Strangeness
waste.
Oh, I'm imagining like it's like a Viking funeral, except you wrap them in aluminum foil.
Oh no. That's just awful.
You stick a fork in them, they're done. Fall right
This-
off the bone.
The ship on fire is not.
Bake it at 350 for 8 hours until it's freaking soft and tender.
I remember Jerry. He sure was a good friend, and also juicy off the bone.
But, you know, that being said, Rexmoa grabbing the rabbits is actually very. It makes sense in terms of culture, so.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
makes total sense.
So, Kipper just retcon the weirdness that Kipper had to the meal, and he just starts eating it.
I mean, if you don't want to eat it, you don't have to.
No, it's too late.
I mean, yeah, the food is there. It's good. It's it's not the luxurious food you guys had recently, but it's good. It's food. It's
And,
gonna fill you up, and it's gonna do its work.
And to answer Taurin's question from before, are you okay with eating this? Kipper's just gonna say, I try not to think about it too much.
She'll nod back. Okay.
I'll look at the food for a couple of moments before sighing and starting to dig in, eating the normal amount for Ambrose, which is a decent amount.
It is. Those
Oh,
are
no.
3 rabbits, so I guess everybody could get a portion.
Mm.
I haven't eaten too much rabbit in my life, so I wouldn't know.
But it also depend on how much of the stew is like not rabbit.
Right,
Yeah, it could
right,
be like some
right.
kind of like tavern communal infinite stew.
Potatoes and carrots.
Yeah,
love infinite
definitely.
Ew.
Because oftentimes stew would be more just like at least in like medieval times, it'd basically just be putting everything together and then
Yeah, just
Just
drop
kinda
water onto it,
fitting
and
it.
yeah, yeah, just drop a bunch of vegetables, and that's it. Just eat it.
Chi.
Let's see what she says. Chi lets out a sigh too. I miss honey. She commented. That was my favorite food.
Dude, I didn't realize fairies ate anything. Wait, if you eat things, how are you alive in that jar?
Yeah. Is that why you're such a sweetie? Is because you eat all that honey?
Yeah, he goes with the
guess it's-
grandpa jokes.
I guess I've heard of some things being able to survive without food and just enjoying it, I guess.
Chi's jar glows a little more. Perhaps, she chirps.
I like to imagine that she chirps like an actual bird, but just telepathically says perhaps.
Perhaps.
Well, as we start wrapping up our meals, and obviously
wow.
Rexmoa, yeah, he enjoys it. Clean bowl, and
Eats the bowl too.
yeah, yeah, he lives a little like teeth scrape in there.
Wood is edible.
Yeah, he looks over to the magic side of the table again and just poses the question. Well, how do we even investigate something like this? Are we looking for a source of wild magic?
Honestly, I feel like we are looking for a source, but just considering how vague it can be, I think it's gonna involve maybe. How about this? We investigate for a day. If we can't find any evidence of anything malign or potentially dangerous to the villagers, we leave.
Like, no sorcerers or wizards.
Or like rock that screams, or a hole that has endless snakes. You know how wild magic is.
Yeah, Rexmoa hears these words and nods and ponders. And yeah, well, sounds like a fair enough arrangement. I just think the longer we put off our business in Galvathir, the worse things may become.
True.
You're not wrong.
I need to find an animal. Cat or a
Ooh.
dog is what I would need.
You would have seen passing a lot of cattle, sheep, pigs, some cows around.
Do not pick a sheep. They are dumb as rocks.
Baba.
Pigs are relatively smart.
Beep, 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 I'm a sheep.
So sheep and
Yeah, normal cattle. You see sheep, pigs, and cows, and some chickens. And there probably would be like animals like dogs and cats.
Just
Are
watch
there
out for the
any-
strange ox. He might have some weird choice words to say to you.
Are there any any animals inside of this establishment?
Inside?
You know,
No.
a house cat or something? Like a-
No. This is
Me,
like
I'm the animal.
yeah. Technically,
no barn cats.
technically, you guys would be the more animalistic inside right now. But no. Inside of the establishment now. I mean, maybe
You
there's
see
some.
this? All natural.
I mean, maybe there may be some rats crawling about, but like you have not seen them.
No, not the rats inside again.
No.
Last
You
time
were
we had
not
rats
playing
inside,
rats.
we got attacked.
Hey, I'm
Last-
sure this establishment is up to proper health code.
Actually, I bet there are probably
I
like
don't-
mice and rats inside.
I don't
Gump
know.
theory.
I don't know if this settlement is its own established mini nation type thing, or if it associates with any particular nation in itself. So I don't know what health codes they would follow.
Kipper,
There-
I would find it hard to believe that these people know anything about politics beyond who they pay their taxes to.
What's taxes? I'm kidding. Don't teach me about taxes, please.
The thing is, Kipper would know, but he didn't pay them.
I know how to evade taxes. Is it wrong for me to say the stew is surprisingly good?
It's
No.
food.
The broth is delicious.
Whatever it takes to survive. If it tastes good, that's just a benefit.
Yeah. And you
That's
didn't
good.
make us
Quality.
roll any checks for beer.
No, it's only ale. I don't think you guys are gonna get drunk with unless you were telling me that you want to continue drinking. That would be different.
Oh my god, I'm gonna keep on eating all this beers.
Stop eating your beer from the bottom, you freak.
Well, I did ask that because I want to cast a spell.
Okay.
But I don't know if there are any birds outside that Taurin.
It's going to nighttime, so you would know that birds are already going to sleep.
Owls.
Oh, and bats.
Owls, yeah. I mean, if you're going to exit the tavern and walk around, as I said, you would see a lot of cattle animals all around the area, the odd like stray dog or cat. And if you look around a lot, you'd probably be able to find an owl or whatever, birds are kind of nesting around. However, as you guys are about to leave, obviously there is the issue of the tab, which Roy would come back to pick up the plates and the glasses and be like, all right, so for your total, it will be, he starts counting with his fingers. He goes, okay, for the drinks, it will be a total of 10 silver pieces, and for the food, and he counts again, 20 more. That will be 30 silver pieces.
30.
I
Okay.
think.
Is it that much work to prepare a rabbit?
Yes, we had to de-skin it and
Oh,
30 silver.
30 silver.
silver, silver.
Silver.
Silver asterisk.
Yeah, it's all right. People make spelling mistakes. I make them all the time.
No.
Yeah.
I know.
I didn't interrupt like that, but
Well,
continue on, CJ.
No. That's it. I mean, he just kind of just goes around. No, it's because obviously he sees that you guys are leaving, so he obviously is going to charge you for the food and the drinks.
I was gonna call Roy over to ask him the question anyway.
Okay, yeah. So he's there, just waiting for the payment.
I'll go ahead and just take 30 out of my bank.
damn, bro is making the bro is going to the ATM.
ATM.
I go right over to one of the men in the establishment. I punch him in the face. I take his gold. It's like, here you go.
There you go. All right, so
Everything that moves is my
Right.
ATM.
so
I'll hand him the 30 silver,
okay.
and I'll say, is there anywhere in town, maybe here, elsewhere, that would function as somewhere we can sleep for the night?
Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, and he points at you can see that the bar is next to a doorway. Doorway is closed, but it does have a wooden plaque with the word "in" painted over there. So through there.
Yeah. I guess I was too focused on the food to notice.
It's all right. I understand. Is everything good? Do you guys not want another round, maybe, or can give you? I know you probably are busy, and diplomatic mission. I'm pretty sure you have much to think for. But hey, I'm glad you enjoyed, and I hope the Snowdrop pub and inn was a good place for you to stop by.
Yes, we might stop by again later to rest.
I do also have a question, just because we're most likely going to ask this question going through town. Me and my druid friend, we noticed a strange energy as we passed into this town. Is that anything that you would know about? Like, are there any mages in town we could speak to?
Mages in town? No, not that I can tell. As far as I know, everybody around here is very normal. I've not heard of magic, only from the outside. Well, I mean, besides, we have somebody here that is kind of a magician with the cards. He cheats a lot in poker. But besides that, I mean, I don't think that counts as magic. Hiding cards under your sleeve is probably not what you guys would consider magic.
Interesting.
Sleight of hand of charlatan, but not magic.
It was an undeniable feeling, though. But you don't have to pay any concern. But if anything strange does happen or pops up in your mind, just feel free to let me know.
Of course, I definitely will. And thank you again for your patronage. And he just grabs his stuffs and
Okay.
Honestly, I just want to know more for the mystery's sake, but we don't necessarily have the time for that.
No. Possibly.
So, Courts, now we're going with you again. You exit the place, and as I said, there's a lot of cattle, and if you find around, you might be able to find owls or just whatever nesting bird.
Well, do I need to do like an investigation check or something?
If
or
you want
what
to
do I do
find the bird, I would say yes. If you want to find the bird, but as I mentioned, there's still a lot of more other animals around.
Okay. I do want like a sky view, so I am gonna look for something that can fly.
All right, yeah, give me an investigation then.
Okay, let's see if I can find anything. If not, then I'll go with a land critter. That's perfectly fine too. Investigation. Oh, where'd it go? Oh my gosh.
Oh no, the investigation got another one. Oh damn, okay, all right.
Oh, good rolls today.
Damn, okay.
See, all 20s.
She says, what are you looking for? She asks, and you can see Taurin is kind of focusing. Eyes trained, ears looking for sounds, nose smelling and trying to find out a bird. You can smell in a nearby tree. There is a nest with a couple of birds that are just there, settling down for the night.
Okay. There's a couple of birds over there. Nothing with night vision, huh? darn.
I will say it is evening. Well, you got a nat 20. We'll give you. Yeah, we'll say that in this roof of another house, you would an owl would be like starting to get active.
Okay. Let me see if I can get up there and try to like befriend it, because I want to cast Beast Sense so I can see through its eyes and kind of like get a sky view of the village.
Interesting. Yeah, sure. I mean, as I said, the owl is just kind of waking up. The houses are not like super tall. They're not multiple stories, so you probably will be able to talk to it in, if you are at ground level.
Okay. So let's see. I would have to cast Speak with Animals, wouldn't I?
Correct.
Let's do that.
You would have to cast Speak with Animals first.
We're gonna
You can
sleep.
speak to them without casting, and then you would just
Oh, my bad.
look
Yep.
be a crazy
Hi,
person.
little birdie, you're so cute.
No, that is good. Make sure to take down that mana point. And Chords, would you mind rolling a D100 for me?
Aha.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's the first dice. Okay, give me 1 second here. Let me find my tab. Oh, okay. And my dice, and just a D100, just a normal roll.
Yes, it's just a normal roll.
Okay.
36. Okay. Let me check real quick. Something. Oh, that is hilarious that you're doing this. Okay. So. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gonna be great. So, Taurin, you cast Speak with Animals, and but you also feel this surge of wild magic go through you. I will say you are now under the effect of the Speak with Animals. You will be able to speak with the owl, and with your 36, you get an additional effect from a wild magic table that I have open. And it is hilarious because I'm gonna need you to roll me a d4 as well.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Let me get that back over here. You said it. I'm sorry. You said a D4.
Yep, a d4.
Just a 1.
Oh boy. Okay. Chords, you would know this out of character, because I gotta explain the effect that you're going to get extra, but in character you can go about it however you like. Your effect is that you become charmed by the first creature that speaks to you. And the effect disappears after 1d4 hours. Gonna be charmed for a little bit, my friend.
Oh no.
I just got swooned by an owl.
Well, you're about to speak with him.
It hasn't happened yet.
Uh-huh.
Maybe another owl will kill that owl.
Then I'll be heartbroken.
Galarian or a straight up owl? Pick now.
Oh, damn.
Just well, I guess now I gotta ask a question, huh? Gotta. Wow. All right.
This owl will do anything for you.
It's the other way around.
Oh. Will do nothing for you.
Let me think how I'm gonna word this. Hang on.
As I said, the effect I need to tell you out of character. In character, you can go about it however you like.
Yeah.
But you would only feel the surge of magic, and as soon as some creature speaks to you, you would be charmed.
Okay.
Oh no, that's
Well?
awful.
Well, good evening there.
The owl, it's like pecking at its feathers, just kind of getting ready to start this night life, and he goes, oh, good evening. And he says, like, a little bit confused at what is, speaking to it. And he looks around a little bit, and then he looks down at you. It's not you who I'm hearing.
Why, yes, it is. I couldn't help but noticing you from over here.
Oh, that's very flattering. May I help you?
Yes, I was wondering if you could assist me with something with your gorgeous round eyes.
Sure, yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Would you mind allowing me to see through those eyes up above and maybe help me find anything that might be like glowing or any kind of strange things in the forest surrounding us?
Oh, are you looking for food? I know a couple of rat dens. Maybe if you're interested.
Tempting. I'm looking for a bit larger prey. So,
Oh, weasels. Oh, I love those.
Weasels, yes, perfect. Well, if you find anything a bit more humanoid, definitely let me know.
Oh, humans. I don't really like humans.
That's okay. You don't have to. This is just for me. And of course, if you do want some, I'll definitely share with you. It's okay. You can have a taste or two.
Right. So do I just fly?
Yeah, that's all I need you to do is fly with your gorgeous feathers into the sky.
Sure. I'm right. Okay. And he just starts, getting ready to fly. Are you going to cast your other spell?
I am.
Okay. You may want to link it, please, so I can see what I do. Yes.
Yes. It's going to be this lovely spell here. Will it go there in the chat? Yeah.
Okay. So take down the 2 mana points and roll me a d100.
Another D100. Oh, 25.
25. Okay. Just so you know, guys, you're gonna have to keep note of these effects.
Writing them down.
Infatuated
with an owl.
Because it is, they're gonna happen a lot. Courts, out of character. For the next hour, items you try to pick would just slip off your hands.
I'll have to ask nicely for others to pick things up for me
for
a while.
But you don't know this in character, yeah. You don't know that. This is the effect that you're gonna get.
Right. Don't touch my jar.
That's alright. You're attached through a rope.
That is good.
We're good.
That is cool. But yeah, as you cast this, let's see. The owl would move closer so you can cast the spell, and the owl would start flying. You would be able to see around the town from the owl's eye view, I guess. You can see every single part of the town. His night vision and would help you greatly to identify. I can see it gets distracted by some critters moving about or some prey for it, but it is just flying around. What are you trying to look while this is happening?
Trying to find any kind of source for that wild magic, see where it's coming from. Mainly is what Taurin's kind of looking for. Any weird glowing or something like that, or
all right,
a weirdo lurking in the woods.
Let me roll.
Besides Yori.
Okay. Let me roll a dice to see what you find. Okay. As the owl is, flying about around town, you can see. Let's see. Here, what is it? Okay, perceive the senses. Benefit of any presence. You are blinded of the surrounding. Okay. Okay, so it hears what it. Okay, so you cannot feel what the beast feels. So I will say that the beast is just the owl. It's just going around in circles, and after a few while, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary inside of this town. And the owl eventually just kind of, goes down and just starts eating a mice.
Okay, perfect. Well, That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah,
And you're not weird, Zoralis. Just to point that out. I was just saying that. You know,
that's so good.
like
It's a
random
joke.
werewolf lurking in the woods. No.
You're all good.
Oh, she says, what was that all about?
Yeah, because she didn't understand any of that.
Yeah, you are speaking in owl, obviously, to Chi's senses.
Oh. I try to clear my throat and try to like go back to my normal speech, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just surveying the terrain to see if I could see anything out of the ordinary. Sadly, nothing.
So yeah, I mean, the owl, you are still connected to it until you decide to drop the connection. But as a few minutes pass, you see that the village just looks normal. People are starting to retreat inside their houses, and you know, everything is getting a little bit quiet.
And Torn will kind of shrug and go, maybe there's nothing to really worry about here. And she kind of just would head back inside.
You're starting to miss the owl, by the way.
Oh, darn.
Just a reminder.
Just to remind you, yes, you're starting to miss the owl a little bit. He's just doing his thing.
Just a little sadness. I miss my friend already.
But yeah, you guys, after, you know, the scrying, I would call it scrying, surveying, I guess, that Taurin did, what is the rest of you doing?
Let's see. Well, she's doing that. Let's see. I'm
Are we
looking at my
outside?
spells.
Yeah, you guys just went outside.
Oh, we're outside now.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't have anything in particular.
What time is it in day?
It's the sun is about to set. As I said, the sun is about to set. People are starting to, you know, finish work for the day and start to retreat to their houses.
Before we go to bed, is there any way I can just roll like an Arcana check to see if I can feel what general area this is coming from? I don't have the detect magic spell.
I was about to ask about that. Let's see.
You can't choose prepare it upon resting.
You can
I
just
didn't-
prepare it from resting. Yes.
I just haven't put it into my grouping yet.
Oh, right. Well,
Like I haven't chosen it.
don't clerics get all the spells though? Or
Well, they can prepare a certain amount equal to the wisdom.
yeah, but
plus
like they can
third
have
level.
all the spells in
But they
the.
can. Yeah, they can have any spell upon resting.
Oh.
Yeah. So in theory, you can put it in. It's only the sign there so you don't put like 30 spells and then you're like, oh god, which one do I use?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you do you want to? Okay, you want to try and do an Arcana check? Yeah, I will allow that. Just roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and how are you trying to feel this magical presence?
I guess I'm just going to hold my hands out and try and feel kind of like the fabric of, I guess the way that Kipper would try and feel it is like kind of like a net stretched out over the world, kind of like a fabric, just seeing how it's pulled and taut.
Okay. Let's see. Kipper, you raise your hand and start concentrating to try and feel arcane energy around you. And you feel this whole wild magic surge. It is all around the area. There is no specific point where you can guide yourself to, but it is all around the area. The whole, as far as you can see from the town, is engulfed by this surge of wild magic.
This is very strange. It doesn't feel as if there is a center. It just feels evenly dispersed within this specific radius. How many times can I say radius in a day? But I'm wondering what the area of effect is. I know the size of it, but what? It's not something immediately tangible. Maybe we'll find out after we take a rest. I know we did with the rat dungeon.
Perhaps this is a matter that might require some more footwork, like we had to do in Galrinth here. But
Yeah.
I will say these findings aren't exactly assuring for me. But all the more reason to be thorough about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I could use more beer right about now, but I know logistically that's a bad idea.
Oh, Taurin.
Okay. Rexmoa, I guess, just gestures to the group to do like a quick huddle.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll do the typical thing where, like, wait, are we like sitting at a table or something right now?
No, you guys just went outside because Taurin went to find a creature.
Okay, so, I'll just say that while we're here, perhaps we shouldn't take any chances and tell people the exact nature of our voyage to Galrinth here. Even though I doubt any of the people of this village would really care for politics, I just find that the less people know about something, the less likely it is to spread around.
No, you are right.
So,
you never know. Yeah.
So while I don't mind investigating, of course, I just think that perhaps we should keep our motivations simpler to understand, let's say.
Understood.
Don't worry, I'm not lecturing you all. We're working together in this after all.
Yeah, I mean, you are definitely the wisest of us, so we're just generally gonna look to you for advice, so we appreciate it.
Well, apparently not wise enough to know how much it costs to dress a rabbit.
I mean, prices change, you know, inflation. Also, it's a different price for every nation.
See, maybe I have a bit to learn from you all as well.
We're gonna start to teach you how to steal. I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that to you.
Well, who's to say I already don't know?
Oh yeah, I've never asked about when you were young. What kind of things would you get up to, like when you were around our age?
Rexmoa definitely has a certain expression on his face, and it's definitely a mix of nostalgia and also a mix of trying to wisely pick what to share.
She gasps in Fey at your words, by the way.
Well, let's just say that I certainly learned more in other, less scholarly fields before I decided to pick up on my studies. You know, there is a reason why I wanted to become an archaeologist, and I perhaps found that when you grow up and you get into mischief, you kind of will find that eventually your village isn't enough to contain your curiosities.
I
Sorry,
see a
lad.
little bit of mystery in you.
We'll have to save those stories for another time.
We need to get you to drink more beer.
Maybe after all of this is said and done, I'm sure there will be plenty of time to gather round and trade tales.
Just don't wait too long, okay? We don't know what's waiting for us, you know?
I suppose you're right.
Do you suppose it's around a good time to pay for our rooms?
Yeah, as good a time as ever. And so, yeah, I guess we... I don't know, how's Taurin doing? Are you looking for your bird paramour out there?
Just looking out the windows, going, wherever could he be?
Okay, since you guys were all outside and you were just kind of joining with Taurin as she had the owl survey the area, you guys decide that, you know, it's starting to get a little late. Maybe just resting a little bit more after your journey would be a good idea. And as you guys turn around to leave, a Kipper, as a matter of fact, you turn your head a little bit and you see a lonely child staring at your group. As I said, she is completely alone, very young, olive skin, black hair. She's just kind of looking. There's nobody around her, and she is just staring.
Oh, hi there. It's getting dark. Don't you think you should be heading home soon?
The kid tilts her head, just kind of inspecting you, Kipper, and the rest of the group as well. He just, you know, shakes her head, saying no, and she says, a little bit shy, she goes, my mom is not here yet.
I think all of us immediately get a pit in our stomach after recognizing her from the drawing.
I will say, the child that you saw in the drawing was had short hair.
Okay, so this is a different child?
Yes.
What about your father, young one? Where could they be? Brother, sister, grandma, auntie? It is getting rather late.
She again shakes her head at that. Just me and my mom.
Do you know where your mom works, perchance? Maybe we can bring you to her?
She raises her hand and just points at the random house. You don't really know the layout of this town properly very well, but she just kind of points in a direction.
Oh.
Hmm.
Are they that way? Your mom?
The child just shrugs.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well,
I look around. Is there like a town guard, perhaps?
At this time, yeah, you can see that there are guards that are just walking about. I will say, Rexmoa, give me a perception check, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn! Okay, today's the day of the 20s. Rexmoa, you are, thinking about what to do about this apparently lost child. And you look up, trying to find the guards. And you see one exactly just coming your way doing their rounds. But, and you kind of sigh in relief as you are about to speak to him, but you notice something odd. For a brief couple of seconds, the guard stops moving. Like entirely, as if it was stopped in time. And then resumes its movement, as if nothing had happened. And it starts walking, obviously, towards the area of the inn.
Excuse me, hail friend. And yeah, I gesture towards the guard, maybe even like take a few steps towards him.
Yeah, the guard would turn to you and he goes, what can I help you with?
It seems we have a lost child over here. Just needs to be escorted home, perhaps.
A lost child? And the guard looks over at the girl. And she goes, I'm sorry. That is Aaron's kid. She is now the village mayor. Yes, we can call her. Her child just walks around everywhere. It's a little hard to keep her in one place.
Don't you think it's a bit unwise to let the child of the mayor just wander off in the dark?
Well, it is a little bit irresponsible, I do say so myself. But I'm fairly certain that Aaron should be here at...
Well, I suppose we have a few moments to spare. Thank you. And good day to you.
And he walks away. By the way, Rexmoa, this is only something that you noticed as you were focusing on the guard.
Yeah. I will keep it to myself for now. Even though I did observe it, I do think I Rexmoa would do like a double take and think, did I really see this in the darkness?
Exactly. It would be something like you don't believe it, but you saw it happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll return to the party with the news. So, young lady, your mother is the mayor of this place?
The little kid nods.
Well, the guard over there told me that she should be around somewhat soon, so we can keep you company, I suppose, if you're okay with that.
The kid shrugs, and as you say this, you hear, footsteps approaching, and you see a lady arrive. Let me show you a picture. This is a face claim that I found that I thought, hey, this is too good not to use. You see a lady dressed a little bit better than, you know, the usual people, and she immediately goes and picks up the kid and goes, "Child, I told you not to run off like that. Oh my goodness, what are we gonna do with you?" She looks at the party and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry if my kid caused you any trouble."
No trouble at all. We were just concerned. Sun's going down. Wanted to make sure she was accounted for.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. And sorry, this child is just runs off wherever she has the chance. I'm Aaron. Nice to meet you. I am current mayor of this town. You are not from around here, I assume, right?
No. We're from multiple different places. I'm from Mistbell, and I kind of forget some of the names of the towns of where some of my friends are, but we're from all over the place.
Oh, that's quite nice. What brings a party of travelers to this remote town, pretty much in the middle of nowhere?
Just running through, hoping to get some rest here.
Oh, just passing through. Okay. Well, I hope our accommodations are to your liking.
I have a question before you go.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
So, I'm a life cleric, and this is my friend. She is a druid. And we noticed after passing through the bridge a strange energy. We just wanted to double check to make sure there wasn't anything that could potentially endanger the village.
What,
would you know anything?
Like magic?
Yes, specifically the wild, chaotic kind. It's neither aligned to good nor evil, but that doesn't mean it can't be dangerous.
I'm sorry, but there hasn't been any magic in this town for, well, as far as I can remember.
She okay? Did she, like, pause?
Yeah, I mean, that's what she says. Like, she says, "Hey, there hasn't been any magic in this town since I remember."
Oh, okay. Let's see. I am interested to know the history of this town. You're a human settlement nestled between the Elven Kingdom and the Dwarven Kingdom. How did you find yourselves here?
Well, food was plentiful. There is a small river nearby. And, well, I come from a line of multiple people who have taken the lead of this town since we were just settlers.
You said that there hasn't been any kind of arcane energy in the area for a while. Do you know perhaps when that began? Was there, I don't know, some sort of mage early on?
I don't think so. Since I was a child, there were no magicians or spellcasters in this town. As a matter of fact, I don't think there ever has been one.
That's very interesting. I'm only bringing this up out of concern, of course. It's not a particularly weak energy, and it encompasses the entirety of the town. So if any kind of folklore or strange occurrences peak in your mind, feel free to mention them. We just wanted to make sure before we move on that you were all in a safe space.
Well, thank you for your concern, but what is this wild magic? How can we know when we see it?
That is the problem. It tends to be, in its nature, chaotic, so it attaches to certain things in different ways. Sometimes it can even be intangible, like, for instance, it could be as silly as something just making you incapable of saying anything that has the letter L in it, or it could be as dangerous as saying you walk around a corner and there's suddenly a bear around the corner that just teleports in front of you. But in your case, if you haven't noticed it or other villagers haven't noticed it, it could be something much more intangible. There's a potential that it could just affect magic bears, or it could affect your memory, but nonetheless, I thought it wise to let you know at least that it was there, regardless of what it does.
She nods and she goes, all right, we are going to keep that in mind. However, I must tell you, I have not seen any magical incidents of any kind for the time I've been living here, which is my whole life. So I find it hard to believe that there is such things around here. Are you sure? And I mean this with the most amount of respect, but are you sure it's not your magic causing this?
Mine has a very distinct signature. So, I know it's at least not me. And it specifically only happened the moment that we crossed underneath that bridge. So, we intend to look into it a little bit more while we stay in this village. So we'll let you know if we discover anything.
All right. I just don't cause any trouble, please.
We won't.
Of course not.
All right. We haven't had any incidents of that sort ever, and winter is upon us. I wouldn't want it to happen now, where our people would be the most vulnerable.
Understood. I apologize. I only mentioned this with good interest at heart. Yes. Well, we'll be off. It was nice meeting you and your daughter. I hope that running village goes smoothly. I would know nothing about that.
Thank you. And she gives you a bow and just starts to lead the child.
Do keep an eye on her.
I will, she says as she just waves and on.
This is... I don't know why. This is such a peaceful looking village. Everyone's so kind, and it's just nothing out of the ordinary, run of the mill. But something puts me off ease here. It's a little bit too normal.
Maybe reading into it a little too much. What if it's just a barrier of some sort?
That would be nice.
Right. I mean, I had a lovely assistant help me, and I didn't see anything strange, so... I mean...
Understood.
I want everybody except Rexmoa to give me a perception check, please.
Oh boy.
Rexmoa's like changed colors or something.
Not quite.
Perception?
Yes. Oh, dude, today is the day of the 20s.
Oh.
What?
Wow, day of the
Whoa,
20s.
someone do the math
Damn.
here. Oh my god.
God
Yeah, this is
damn.
good.
Dude, no wonder we keep getting like beat up in combat.
Gee, you guys are wasting all the 20s in checks right now.
I know.
Is this a check that relies on hearing or smell?
This is
Is it
sight.
That okay.
Your eyeballs.
Your eyes. Okay.
Oh.
That's fine. No, it's sight. I will tell you why in a second. And Taurin, how about you?
Oh. Here I go. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
What should be another 20?
I mean, I do got a 8 in was it perception?
Jeez.
I did expect you to have
Oh
a
my
-2 perception,
goodness.
Jody.
Yeah, it's because of wisdom. Okay. I will say Kipper, Ambrose, and Taurin. You guys are, questioning about the nature of this weird occurrence. But Taurin suggested, hey, you're looking too much into it. Let's have some rest and then we'll look at this tomorrow with our mind. So you guys turn around and you notice that the sign of the inn is no longer the Snowdrop Inn and Pub. It has now been changed to the Cursed Apple Inn and Pub.
Oh.
That's weird.
What's weird?
The sign.
Mhm.
Do you remember what the name of the sign was originally, Rexmoa?
It was like the dewdrop or something like that. I do remember the man behind the counter, the boy Roy.
No drop.
So, yeah, that's what we remember it as, but look at the sign now.
Mm-hmm.
The sign now says the Cursed Apple, and it has like a little painting of a apple with a bite in it.
Well, people do make mistakes. That Roy must be new on the job.
They don't make them that quickly, though.
Snowy apples, huh?
I mean, like, you can eat an apple and you can eat a dewdrop, right?
But,
That's similar enough to me.
There's no way he could have painted this new sign that...
Well...
Oh, for you guys that
and
have...
then replace the old sign, he just advertised this as the drop.
I will say for you guys with high perception...
Trust your intuition, everyone.
Okay, sorry, I think my Discord is dying. But for you...
Really strange.
Aw.
Maybe... Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was me.
Oh no, Discord is being dumb now.
Everyone's counting right now.
No, not Discord right now. Uh-oh.
Is
Oh,
It's a meeting like if I dodged
Is it
her.
me?
Yeah, mine's like 4
still the
right
days
now.
of the week.
problem?
Oh boy, I think it's an... Oh wait, are you guys alive? Yeah, okay. The pink
Yeah,
one, okay.
we're good now.
I can
Okay.
hear you.
All right, good. I will say, for you guys with that notice the sign change, the sign has some age to it. It was definitely not painted recently.
Well, do we still feel safe resting here?
Oh, she says, sorry, I said it probably when it was cutting off. She said, I think what he means is the sign. She adds in, unless it's magic.
Oh, thank you, Chi.
I think we just discovered one of the effects of the wild magic, perhaps. And if it's affecting an area this large, it is potentially much more dangerous than I think we could have imagined. But I think for a night sleeping here, I think we might be fine.
Well, I think perhaps it's worth the risk. Having to go out and make camp at this point might be a little more trouble than it's worth. And if we play our cards right, perhaps we can learn something from Roy or the man in the back.
I hope Roy's name is still Roy.
Let's go talk to him.
Yeah, let's. And we'll enter the ever-changing establishment.
Okay. Yeah, you go and enter the tavern. Same deal. A few people in. People come and go. Nothing too, nothing weird. Thingy. Yeah, so what are you guys doing inside the tavern now? Oh, Chi says you can always keep a guard if you feel uncomfortable.
A bit of precaution goes a long way, Chi.
Never heard.
Do we see Roy?
Yeah, Roy is behind the
we
bar.
Know to be as Roy?
Yeah, Roy is behind the bar.
Yeah. I will just yell across the tavern and wave. Oh, greetings, Roy. It is good to see you again.
Oh, hey, you back so soon? He just kind of yells and just kind of, he stops doing what he's doing right now, which is like, placing some cups in some shelves. And he goes, yeah, what can I do for you guys? Are you back soon or are you hungry already?
You see, Roy, we would love to spend a night here at the Dewdrop.
Oh, no, you have it wrong. It's the Cursed Apple.
Oh. My mistake. When you stay at so many taverns, they all kind of get mixed up in your head.
Right. No, I get it. Yeah, sure. You can go through this door, speak to the person behind the bar. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Nora, and she can set you up with some rooms.
All right. Thank you very much, Roy.
Yeah.
Also,
no worries.
Would you happen to know about the mayor and their daughter? We just saw them outside.
Oh yeah, Aaron and the little one. Yeah, of course. What are you asking?
Oh, I just think it's lovely that the people in charge of your local government make sure to check up on the common folk.
Oh, I mean, we're a small town. There's not really a big, separation like your bigger kingdoms with, the wealthy and the rich. We're all kind of workforce in this town.
And I don't mean to pry. I'm a father myself. Is she always so free range when it comes to raising her daughter?
Aaron? Well, she is a busy woman. I am assuming she is, of course, she has no husband right now. I'm assuming the charge has her busy, and little Sophia is such a troublemaker. She just runs off and does her own thing. We tend to cut her some slack because I don't think being chosen for this job as mayor without having any knowledge is easy. And plus, we're a small town. We know each other. We take care of the little one as well.
Yes, I was just concerned for the safety of little Sophia to be wandering around at night, especially if it seems to be regular for her.
I would say don't worry too much about it. If she is, her mother's usually not that far behind, or one of the people around will help her. She sometimes just ends up here, and we give her some sweets, and her mother picks her up.
How kindly of you. So, I guess we'll be talking to, what did you say her name was? Dora?
Nora.
We'll be talking to Dora now.
Nora, yes.
Yes,
Right
Nora.
this way. And also now everybody can see the letters in the inn have changed. It says inn, but it is painted differently.
Huh. Well, I guess we take a mental note. We shall go about our business, not raising suspicion, of course. Good evening, Nova.
And
I hear you're the person to talk to when it comes to getting a room here.
And yeah, as you cross the door, you first thing you can see is like another bar kind of mirroring like the one before. And there's a lady in a desk with a large ledger, and she's again an older lady. And as you cross the door, she goes, "Oh, welcome to the cursed apple. What do you guys need a room? Would you like singles and doubles? We don't have rooms for 4 people, unfortunately. 5, sorry."
What about 5 people in a ferry?
5 people and ferry? I
don't think that. I think that just makes it more difficult potentially, Rex. She's kind of more like a candle in a jar, so.
A fairy in a jar. Right.
If you're going to count that, I wouldn't count that as an extra person. Don't charge us for the jar with the glowing light in it, please.
Well, we'll take doubles.
Do you?
I suppose either one of us can do 3 in 1, or if someone wants their own room.
Nora looks at you guys and she's quite confused, and she goes, I'm sorry, you want a room for the jar?
Well, it would be her and another person. Them and another person.
The jar.
Oh. Okay. Oh, so you're thinking doing pairs of 2, and that would make us.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm imagining like a Jory and Chi slumber party. They're in like pajamas, like doing like girly giggling and then slapping each other with pillows, except Chi can't do that. So it's just Jory whacking.
Jory just
you put the idea in my head, and now we basically have to put them together.
Jory just whacks the jar, it breaks, and she dies.
No. We'll do double rooms and a single.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I can do that. It's going to be 20 silver for the night. And I don't think I have to remind you that breakfast is served in our pub right next door.
Understood.
Included. Perfect.
I love that.
Was it 20 total?
20 silver per room. So that would be 20 silver times 3.
Well, I'll be paying for my room.
Okay.
I will.
All right.
Well, hang on. I gotta.
Well, I guess the better question is, I presume whoever's taking the single is also going to be staying with Chi.
I mean, Taurin has her if she wants to keep Chi over there.
You know,
she can
that's
have
also true. Chi could just go wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We could just leave her in the room by herself.
So,
I mean-
Just leave her in the pub.
Rexmoa and Taurin, you're paying for your rooms. You're still missing one more room.
I'll pay for the other one.
Okay.
20 pieces.
I have stuff to talk about with Ambrose, so I call the Ambrose room.
Okay.
Interesting. You know what? Rexmoa will take the single room.
Okay. Rexmoa will go to the single room, and that will be Taurin and Jory and Chi. Wait, what? Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, wouldn't Rexmoa at least take cheers?
If he wants to.
No,
moment
well,
of
Chi
peace
is
without
their
any
own
Steal
person,
Chi.
so
That is true. She has her own mind capabilities. I will say,
She's not a person. She's a chi.
yes. I will say,
she's their own person.
I will say, while Chi is typing, Rexmoa, you are handed a key. Ambrose, you're handed a key, and Taurin, you are handed a key. All of them have numbers, and Taurin, the key slips out of your hand immediately.
Yeah.
I
my.
catch it, and then I hand it back to her,
It slips
Drops
again.
it again.
and then I do it again.
Yeah, you can see it's like Taurin's hands are full of like soap. As soon as she grabs it, the thing just squeezes out.
Are you nervous, Taurin?
No, not that I know of.
Are you still thinking about that album?
No.
You don't know about
Maybe.
Well, yeah. After we do the gag a few times, I think I'll hand the key to Jory.
Yeah, Joy does not drop the key. She says she is happy to go with whoever wishes to take her.
What if someone just jumps in Taurin's arms?
Out of character, it might be dangerous for Chi to be removed from Taurin's belt tonight.
Yeah.
But also,
I mean, if someone
was
takes her off of Taurin's
yeah,
belt,
but yeah, exactly. If Taurin is taking the belt off, she is also going to the ground. Also, to answer your question, Ambrose, it says any object you pick up. So unfortunately, it's not that doesn't apply.
I want
We
to jump in
consider
Taurin's arms and
people-
be dropped immediately.
People aren't objects.
People aren't
Hell yeah.
objects, exactly.
Oh, I thought you were about
No.
to say, Villasaurus, I thought you were gonna say we view people as objects here.
I mean,
No.
technically speaking, I'm half rock. So would Taurin half drop me?
Yes.
You know, if you want to find that out tonight, you can.
I'm just
but
straight up
we're gonna
Taurin,
start going to
come-
our rooms.
Taurin, come here. I body drop her.
Jesus.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
quickly, let's get into our rooms because I want
Well-
to talk to Ambrose before ZJ calls it a night.
Wait.
Mhm.
Yeah. But she sees the way the key's constantly falling. Perhaps my jar can be taken by someone else. She says.
Holds hands
You know what?
up.
You know what? Yeah, I'll unweave Chi from Taurin's belt while she's holding her hands up, and it's like, well, I guess we'll be keeping each other company tonight.
All right. So she
Probably for the
is
best.
now with Rexmoa. Sounds good to Chi. So, you guys are gonna head up to your rooms. Well, not up. It's just a large building, so it's in the same floor.
Confuzzled.
Okay.
Confucius.
Yeah, if you guys head into your rooms, that will be Ambrose and Kipper and Taurin, Jory, and obviously Rexmoa and Chi. Taurin, I will say this. As you are going to lay down in bed and you grab your blanket, it falls off.
Okay.
No.
Wait, does it also apply if she uses her feet? Like
Panic.
It does say her hand, so
Okay, so she can potentially just lie on top of the pillows and then try and like
Use my
swivel
toes to grab.
around. Yeah, terrifying.
Bites the blanket.
I'm just
Here we
imagining
go. Ha!
I got this.
Jory is watching this in like
yeah.
like, confusion and terror.
You know, Taurin takes off her backpack and it just slips off her hands. You know, she takes off her traveling
Slips off
cloak
her
and just
hands.
goes off.
Just
I swear,
imagine
I don't know
her
what's
hands
happening.
Fall off. she grabs one of her hands. That hand just falls off.
Slides right off. Smooth.
Exactly.
Jory's kind of like half paying attention to that chaotic mess, but he's also kind of just like sitting in the room, just like sort of hanging his head, thinking about stuff. What he's thinking about specifically is how like he wonders if like he should be helping out with like paying for stuff, even though he's never done anything of that sort. And so he's just
Aw.
kind of just sitting there, you know, pondering about that while, you know, that's going on in the room.
That is very kind.
Indeed.
Willing to learn to pay money.
Yeah.
So you, Kipper, you said you wanted to speak with Ambrose, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, she also notices. I wonder if perhaps the wild magic may have affected her, she muses. I have never seen her so clumsy, she would say to Rexmoa, because you are now with each other.
Yeah, this is probably partially my fault. I never played catch with her enough.
Aw. That's adorable.
All right, Kipper and Ambrose, what are you guys gonna talk about before we end the session?
Let's see. I guess we're in the room now.
Yeah. You guys would have entered the room
Sitting
and are
on
getting
the bed.
Exactly.
Maybe like a minute of not much talking, and then
You still hear like thud and like things falling from the room next to you.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And even though me and Ambrose probably look over a few times to be like, what's going on in there? We don't pay it too much mind because we all do crazy stuff sometimes. But Kipper just looks over to Ambrose. It's just like, hey, about yesterday, I'm sorry if I said anything bothered you. I didn't mean to. I just noticed towards the end of my pep talk, something triggered. But, I do sincerely apologize. I just didn't want to leave a bad taste in your mouth.
So, by the time we like sit down and start like prepping ourselves, I have the sword back out once more, and I'm just cleaning the blade, just wiping off any bits and pieces that might have been repolishing the blade, and maybe removing any sort of small bits of sediment from me absolutely tearing into that earth elemental earlier. And I'll look up as I do, and there's a bit of a strange expression on my face, a mixture of a squint and almost a slight scowl this time around. Again, somewhat strange, as normally it's very just neutral face as I just kind of watch and ponder over things. And I'll say, I realize you were trying to set my mind at ease. I was just a bit touchy about something. I didn't mean to. I'm not sure if I stopped myself, but if I yelled, I'm sorry.
No, you didn't yell. It wasn't. I don't even think it was something anyone else noticed. It was just a sudden change in your face when you turned around. I don't know what specifically of the what I said bothered you. I guess I just don't want. I want to make sure that I don't say it again. There a certain topic you'd like me to avoid in the future?
I'll take a long, deep sigh. My brow is furrowed as I polish the blade, maybe a little bit too roughly. And this time I'm staring at the blade. I don't look up at you. And almost a little quietly, I'll say, I understand that you're trying not to step on my toes. You're trying not to bother me. It's... There was something you said. And I continue cleaning the blade. And I kind of go silent.
I'm so sorry, Ambrose. I do kind of just ramble on, and I don't know. I know I can be a bit too much sometimes, so if you ever feel like you need me to pipe down, just let me know. I don't want to be overwhelming or anything.
I look up at you, and I kind of just hold the blade steady for a few moments and say, look, I appreciate you, alright? Don't stop being yourself for someone else's. Especially not for me. I said that I thought about leaving the town for everyone at work. I was thinking of doing that, and there's a part of me that still does. A very, very large part. Every moment I spend with you all, while I can't deny that I enjoy it, every moment is a moment I lose with my mentor. And you told me that there's time. You told me that it's okay. I can wait. Things won't slip out of my fingers. But they will. And I know it's going to happen soon. I have not seen my mentor in 10 years. 10 long years. And every year, every month, every day, down to the hour, down to the minutes, to the seconds, I don't know when it's going to be the last one. Whether it's I die, or he does. Time is not a commodity that I have. And until I see my master, no matter what I do, it will be running out. I understand what I'm saying is vague, but I don't know how to explain it.
Oh. No, I understand.
You do not understand. And please don't pretend that you do.
I don't have to understand the specific subject to understand how it affects you. I'll just trust that it does. But just know that whatever you need from me or of any of us, we'll make ourselves available.
You cannot help me with this one. None of you can. Nothing can be done for the ailment that I'm dealing with right now.
Then, if you need us to take a step back, we'll do that. I just want what's best for you. And I'm sincerely sorry about all of everything that you've had to go through, and I'm sorry Reg did all. I'm happy that you stayed with.
There's no need to apologize. Like I said, I understand where you're coming from. It's just this topic, time and my mental, difficult, and I get like this, and I don't want to take it out on you or the others. Rexmoa had a conversation with me, and in the moment, I wanted to hit him. I know you, Taurin, and Joy are just trying to help me. But the issue is, I know there's nothing that you can do, and that's why I keep pushing you away. I'm not trying to hurt you, and but it's something that no one can fix.
This at least helps me to know where your emotions are coming from. And yeah. Thank you
can
for
kinda
letting me know.
You can kind of see during this that there's a lot of mixture of emotions on my face, kind of changing from just outright scowling, though it seems like I try to look at the blade when I scowl, but it's still somewhat obvious, to almost of a like deep frown that seems to twitch. I won't lie, I really did not want to tell you, but I acted out of sorts, and it was only right that I fix that.
I don't think that you did anything bad. And honestly, it was a bit much of me to pry, but... And we can change the subject, very that you me at all. Yeah.
Maybe...
I know it's... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I know it's silly, and I mentioned it. I really do think of you like a brother now. I know that's silly. I attach to people, but I do sincerely, you guys mean a lot to me, so, I'll just leave it there.
I'm not sure how to respond to that. I guess don't expect much. Last time I had a brother, I let them. Who knows what unduly gods they're dealing with now.
I mean, you saw mine recently. He was on a dragon. That was pretty surprising.
I suppose. Sorry for not putting more care about that. I'm
No,
so focused on myself recently.
no, you're fine. It's hard not to. Trauma doesn't
No,
really play games.
you're dealing with issues too. All of us are. And I've been moping.
I find solace in knowing that even though we're all dealing with issues, we're dealing with them together. Just like a family would. And I guess I don't say this in the group as much because it embarrasses me, but I don't really have a family. So I'm not as invested in this adventure as I am invested in the group I'm traveling with. As selfish as that may sound.
No, I understand. It's not that. It was the same with my master. I didn't care about where we were. I cared that I was with him. It didn't matter if we were being kicked out of a town or fending off giant insects and bugs. What was important was that we were together. Unfortunately, that's a bygone day.
Well, we're hot on his trail. Who knows? You might be fighting giant insects again. But
Just because we're on his trail doesn't mean it's a good thing, is the problem.
I know. I'm just a hopeless optimist.
There's more to be scared in this world than just death.
Of that, we can definitely agree. I don't necessarily want to keep you up with this. Yeah. I apologize. I'm not necessarily in the brain space right now, but I think you're pretty rad and stuff. Yeah. That's definitely a lot sillier than everything we just talked about. that's my coping mechanism. Have I mentioned I talk a lot?
You don't need to mention it. And I meant
Wow,
what I
thanks.
said earlier as well. I do think it's impressive that you can heal people, that you can protect them without resorting to violence.
I wouldn't say that all the time, but I just can't stand seeing people I care about hurt.
Either way, just... I know sometimes you do just ramble when you talk, just to get rid of the silence. I don't mind it, but please, don't repeat what you said earlier. It's not for my sake. It's... I might end up being much louder than I did before.
I understand. And I'll keep that in mind very much. Now that I know what it is, it definitely helps. And if at any point I notice any changes in emotion, just know I won't blame you, because I know how insidious pain is. Yeah.
Maybe I'll explain what's truly the problem, but not tonight.
It's okay. I know I have my fair share of secrets as well, though.
Well,
We'll come to them as they arise.
hopefully your secrets aren't as bad-tempered as mine are.
I'm not quite sure yet. Well, you should sleep. Or attempt to sleep. I know I'll attempt to sleep. I'm kind of concerned that the beds are gonna turn into, like, I don't know, shark teeth or something. I have a sneaking suspicion that we're dealing with something reality warping, and that in itself terrifies me a little bit.
I don't want to spend much longer here either. No, that's for a different reason.
Yeah, no, understood. Considering what you mentioned, we should be moving along. I just am concerned for the people. But if they don't want our help, which we do.
Yes. Well, I'm going to finish cleaning my blade, and I guess that's it.
Understood. It is a pretty rad blade. Deserves all your attention.
And as you guys settle for the night, we're going to end the session right.
Beep boop.
Beep boop. Saying goodbye to the people on the Verge. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mod Squad.
Yes, sir.
I would
I
kiss
was-
you on the mouth if I could.
Like, make
Okay.